friends and foes. Hopefully more friends than foes, but the way this world is, I doubt it. I'll go out on a thing. I think it's promoting Cameron's movie, Cameron Diaz, or whatever it is. And all people are doing is ripping her apart. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Well, that's what people like to do, I guess. My mom got her book, and her book is pretty damn cool. So, you know, I don't know her as a person. I think she's beautiful, but I mean, that's my opinion. But to call someone like that a hag and whatnot, people are just ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. But I don't know. I read her book, and her book was pretty damn cool. It wasn't your typical celebrity, stupid fitness book. It was interesting. It was real. I would have never bought it. My mom bought it. She wanted it. Or rather, I got it for her with her credit card. So today is treat day. I'm not gonna feel guilty because when I do treat day, I know that I'll probably gain a couple pounds. I'm gonna fast tomorrow. And then get on with my life. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. Today's treat day. I went to Stop and Shop. Stop and Shop is the only one that has these chocolate chunk cookies. They were 90% organic or 89% organic chocolate chunk cookies. And my Three Twins caramel, sea salt caramel ice cream, of course. That's real ice cream as opposed to some of these treats that are organic or whatnot and that are frozen dairy dessert. This is ice cream. But it's organic, so it doesn't have, you know, the antibiotics and the hormones and all that crap in the milk. He already took off. And today is treat day for me. And as I told you, for good measure, I even picked up some Annie's homegrown macaroni and cheese. They were like they were cheap. They were pretty damn cheap. Will they be any good? I don't know. They might not. They were cheap enough, though. This is what I really wanted. You know what I said to him, my roommate? I go, you know, it's not like it was an emergency that I go today. It's really about, I wanted movies and ice cream, but I do need my Ezekiel tortillas. But I could have waited until we could have got the rent in a few days, you know. He's like, that's okay, no problem. I'm thinking to myself, you're awesome. Because if he couldn't take me to the store, it wasn't an emergency. I didn't have to go to the store. I wanted cookies and ice cream. And movies. When I found out he was going out tonight. And I told him, that's why I asked you if you were going out with her tonight, because if for some reason you were not, then I would have got us Gravity. We could have watched Gravity if you wanted to. But anyway. So we killed two birds with one stone. Like I said, you know, we got the rent. We got the rent because we went to my bank. And I got About Time. And I got Done One. And I got Walking with Dinosaurs. Can you see those? And even though it's raining, I think I will go walk to the store and get myself some booze. None of this beer bullshit, though. I'm getting hard liquor. And I got to meet her. Got to meet his girlfriend. And I'm not going to elaborate. I'm not going to betray him or her any more than I betray him. I'm not going to say, like, oh, who she is or what she looks like or what she does. We stopped in briefly. I met her for like 5 seconds. She went to shake my hand and I hugged her. I do that impulsively, and I told him in his car, I know some people don't like to be hugged. I shouldn't do that. It's an impulse with me. I even hug my hairdresser. I hug the person who does my eyebrows. And I told him a funny story. I said, when that African-American guy stuck up for me, when those people were lying about me when I'm saying they were talking, he's like, and he came up to me and he's like, you know what, I wasn't going to say anything, but when I heard them lying, I was sitting behind them and I could hear them, and I'm like, oh, thank you, and I almost hugged him. I stopped myself. I almost hugged him. I did grab his arm. I hugged his arm, but not him. See, it's an impulse with me. I think it's an impulse, just I don't know. It's what I do, though. So anyway, I'm not going to say who she is, or I would never do that, or any more than I say who he is, or what he looks like, or anything like that. And now, like I told myself, I'm happy for you. I hope, he's happy. I'm happy for him, and one of my friends said she probably wanted to meet you to make sure that there's nothing going on between you guys or whatever, but you know what? I know there's nothing going on, so if I've never had a male roommate before, but if I have even him or any male roommate or whatnot, and if his girlfriend is insecure, then that's her problem. I know who I am, and I know I'm not after anybody's man. Not anybody's. I don't do that shit, period. I don't do it. And I don't particularly care for people who do it. It was one of the ways me and my shelter friend differed, because I told her, you know what, she doesn't even have any problems with dating like a married guy or whatever. She figures, well, if he's choosing to do it, it's his problem, via those dating websites or whatnot. And I said, all right, but you have to respect the fact that if you're going to do something like that, I don't want to know about it. And in the end, because she didn't really care about my feelings as far as I'm concerned, she disregarded what I had said, and she told me she was involved with somebody who was No, I don't like that, but you know what? These are organic milk chocolate peanut butter. I think I've gotten them in dark chocolate before. Of course, they're even better in milk chocolate. They're basically an organic Reese's peanut butter cup. Like I said, this is treat day. Also, I got some Nature's Place mozzarella, organic. Nature's Place is all organic and Stop and Shop mozzarella cheese. I had a couple of pieces of that with my Ezekiel tortillas and some Bragg olive oil with Himalayan crystal salt. Those chocolate chunk cookies and that ice cream are so good. It's not something I get all the time. We don't go to Stop and Shop. We only go. We went last time to get the run. I said, well, we won't be going for another month. Well, it didn't wind up being a month simply because, like I said, I found I was going out. I'm feeling really depressed about what I found out about my mom. And I just felt like, you know, having treat day. So kill two birds with one stone because I have the cash. Just get the rent early and, you know, go to Stop and Shop and get the rent early so I can get my movies and watch them when you're not going to be home. I might not watch all three of them. It doesn't matter. I got one for free. And I will walk down and you know what I mean? I can keep them for an extra day. And keep one for an extra day, you know. But that ice cream would really go with Kahlua. So, what you doing, honey? When he's sick and poo-poo, we don't have to worry about him. He had to be in the cage while we were gone. We were gone a little longer than I thought we would be, too, because we stopped to see his girlfriend briefly, and we also had to wait in line at the bank and wait in line at Western Union to get my money order. I pay him in a money order, but I don't get 2 money orders. You can only get a money order for $500. You can't get it for more than that at Western Union. I don't get it at my bank because they cost $5. Why should I pay $5 if I can pay $1 at Western Union? But I tell him, I'm like, well, I'll just give you $100 cash, and I have him sign a thing, but I don't give him all cash because I think it's important for me, even in terms of Social Security or whatnot, it's important to prove that I'm paying rent. I just feel that that's important, that I have a record on paying rent and that I don't just give him cash. It's not that I think I can give him cash and he'd pretend that no, he's an awesome guy. He would never. I even told him, I joked with him, like, I know that I could give you cash and you're not going to say I didn't pay the rent or something. I just think it's important, even if I pay that $1, just so I can have proof I'm paying rent. I think it's important that I have proof I'm paying rent. And I don't know why it's important or if it will come up in the future, but I am on Social Security disability, and it might be important to show that I'm paying rent. I don't know. In any case, that's what I do. But I don't get 2 money orders. I think that's ridiculous. I get 1, and on my receipt I write, and I have him sign it. I paid $600 rent, $500 in the money order, $100 cash, and I have him sign it. And that's what I do. I found out that, hi, honey. You're so cute. And remember in LA, guy said, we called you the cutest pug in the world. Cutest pug in the world. You're cute. Not that I think that you're the cutest pug. You're cute. He got my emails. He told me that the only thing he told her or tells anybody that I'm on disability. He didn't tell her about my mom or what kind of disability I'm on. And I'm like, well, she's, what does she think, I'm in a wheelchair? I mean, if she meets me, I said, yeah, okay, so you didn't tell her I'm on psych disability, but, look at me, I'm healthy as a fucking, she's going to know that it can't be physical disability, And apparently she didn't ask. Now that she's met me, she might ask. I don't know what he'll say. But anyway, what he said to me, he's like, no, that's your business. He's like, I just told her you were on disability. That's it. Because I said, at first he was saying I didn't tell her anything. I'm like, well, isn't she going to wonder how I pay the rent? He's, oh, well, I told her you were on disability, but not what kind or anything. I didn't tell you about your mom, and I didn't. Okay. And I said, I wouldn't have been upset if you did, because it's not like I made your pinky swear or something not to tell her or tell anybody. And plus, people talk, so. I'm not going to betray him, not even with Joe. I'll say he smokes cigarettes. I'll say, but I mean, I'm not going to say his personal stuff that I know about, his past and his life, and, I don't say that out here, but I don't even say it to one-on-one. I will say about his dog, something I wish he would put stuff on his dog, or I don't particularly care for the food he feeds his dog. I'll say stuff like that, but his deeply personal stuff, no. And I told him, well, I'm glad you didn't tell her. I was like, no, that's your business. I didn't tell her. But in the end, you know, if she's insecure about him living with me or whatnot, that's her problem. I have enough problems to deal with, you know. My mother's fucking committed into a mental hospital. I don't need to be worrying if my roommate's girlfriend is insecure, you know. And just because he and I get along, I said it to him today, I'm like, you and I get along great. I said in my email to him, but I reiterated it in person. I looked right at him and I'm like, you and I get along great because I don't have to hide with you, because I can just be myself with you, you know. And what I didn't go on to say is that's not going to be the case with your girlfriend or anybody else, family members, anybody, you know. So just because he gets along great with this woman, and you know, he's a guy, he doesn't know if she and I would get along at all. And we don't have to. That's the thing. We don't have to. We might not even wind up, you know, going for coffee. I asked him today, I'm like, whatever happened with us going for coffee or whatnot? And I don't drink coffee, but I can get it some kind of dessert. I can break my only eat organic and get some kind of dessert, I suppose. But just like with the lemon cake he gets, I break it. But he said, I don't know, I guess she said it, but then she was busy and whatnot. I'm like, oh, I'm just wondering. It doesn't matter. It might never happen, and it doesn't matter. I did hug her. I hug everybody impulsively, and I know why I do it is because I want people to like me, you know. Those cookies and that ice cream just go so good together. Oh, so good. Like I said, we don't shop at Stop and Shop. We did in the beginning because I didn't know that Market Basket would have anything decent, you know, for organic. So I just went with what I knew, which was Stop and Shop. And then I found out so now I don't need to go to Stop and Shop, say, just to get the rent. So once a month we'll get the rent, and I can get my ice cream and cookies once a month. would have slept longer. The goddamn phone went off, and like I told him, nobody has this phone number but Joe, and Joe is too busy during the day. He even when he wants me to call him, I call him. He has me call him like after 6 or after, you know what I mean? And it wasn't him. He would have left a message. It was some telemarketer bothering, you know, calling on the weekend. And I'm like, yeah, the fucking stupid telemarketers, they even call on the weekend, David. Now you know why I shut the phone off all the time, so I don't get disturbed. So it woke me up out of a sound sleep. And now I'm sleepy. I'm a sleepy, sleepy. This might just be depression. Depression makes you want to sleep. Actually, I'm sitting here chowing down on my ice cream and the candy. I need to have my magnesium calm. I split up. I'm supposed to split it up. Have 1 teaspoon at once. What did I do with it? I put it over here. Hi, sweetheart. Mama's very, 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 very sad. I told him I was glad that he didn't, say anything. I guess I told you my mom did get the card. Why she got the card and didn't immediately call Cheryl as the card instructed, I don't know. But remember, she's out of it. She She might not even have asked anybody to read it to her. Maybe she couldn't read it. Told her she doesn't have her glasses. And she didn't even mention what the card said. She just said, yeah, the pictures. I got the pictures. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't send you any pictures of me and you and Omar and Angel because I gave them all to you the last time, you know? I gave you all the ones I had printed out. Watch Don Juan. Experience a life and a mentality that's just totally so foreign to me. In him, in the lead character, his life, his mentality, so foreign to me that it's almost like me observing, you know, an alien being or something. I can say that because I saw the previews where he's saying all the only things that matter to him in his life, and he ends with, and my porn, you know. He's like, my ride, my boys, my girls, my pad, my this, my that, my porn, you know. Blah, 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 you know, it's just, like I said, an existence and a mentality totally foreign to me. But I can, you know, I can submerge myself in it, you know, briefly, just escape. And then, of course, we have the cartoon. It's not a cartoon, but it's actually PG rated. But Walk with the Dinosaurs. That ought to be interesting. And then we have About Time, which is just a cute little movie. And we are, of course, going to watch Don Juan first, just in case for some reason my roommate and his girl, you know, his whatever, you know, cut their evening short. I will definitely be watching Don Juan first. Do not belong here. Mama doesn't belong here, Omar. Mama has never belonged here. Doesn't belong here. Dropped you when I shouldn't have been. Shed a tear and can't even make a friend. went home and put a bullet through his head. What a good, fitting poem. Applies to all of existence. You know, Richard Cory, all the townspeople, they were poor and he was rich and he dressed nice and they all didn't like him and they were jealous and all this crap, and look what happened. He committed suicide. Don't know what kind of pain somebody else is in. You can envy someone or be jealous of somebody or whatnot. But that's somebody you're being envious or jealous of or whatnot. You don't know that they couldn't just disappear from existence in a heartbeat. So what's really the point? Never forgotten that poem. I learned it in college over 20 years ago. I don't know the poem by heart, but I mean I never forgot the theme of it, because I can relate to the theme of it. I've experienced women being just jealous of what I look like. I've received venomous stares and catty remarks and whatnot. Been on the receiving end of that. And Richard Cory, one calm summer, went home and put a bullet through his head.